Most e-com businesses don't know about these 4 key columns in Google Ads, and these are necessary. My name is Luke Smith. Welcome to Ad Spend Secrets. In this episode, I'm going to share a few columns in Google Ads that I can see here on my screen. And if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to have a look at this too. But when I'm auditing accounts and when I'm talking to clients and we're looking at their business and they're working with an agency or maybe they're managing ads themselves, they don't know that there are these capabilities really in Google Ads. And I'm also going to share with you the way that I would view this breakdown, just so it's really clear where the money's going, because ultimately what we want to look at is where is the money going when we're looking at ads. We're talking about platform distribution, placement distribution, but most importantly for e-commerce, it's really about product distribution, right? Which products are eating all the budget and which products are generating a return. And there's a couple of different ways to think about this, which I'll dive into as well, specifically related to these columns. So the first one here is cost of goods sold. So it's a relatively new update actually that Google Ads is bringing in your cost of goods sold, your COGS data from generally Shopify. If you're not using Shopify, you can add this attribute yourself using Google Sheets and Merchant Center, and there's a few ways in which you can work that. But the benefit of bringing in that cost of goods sold data into Google Ads is that you can then work out your gross profit. So Google also not only has a cost of goods sold column in Google Ads, it also has a gross profit column, and then it also has a gross profit margin column. So between the ad spend, between the revenue that Google Ads sees generated, between the cost of goods sold and your gross profit, you can work out what your gross margin is. And you can actually see this in a column in Google Ads. And what I'm looking at right now is quite an important view, a very handy view that not many people navigate to when they're even auditing an account. And I'm looking at the products section of Google Ads. So at the account level, rather than clicking into campaigns, if you go into the products section on the left-hand side of that middle menu, it's just going to list all of the item IDs that are associated with your Merchant Center account that are feeding into Google Ads. And the reason this is important is because it's going to give you a view of all the products and the spend associated with those product IDs, regardless of what campaign they're running in. And so the reason this is important is because at a quick glance, you can see the cost associated with each of those items. So which items are showing most frequently in your ads, regardless of the campaign. You can also see based on the product here, you can look at the item ID and it's going to have a status column as well. And it's going to say eligible in X number of campaigns. So it's also a really quick and handy way to see how many campaigns that same product is running in. Because if you're thinking, I'm segmenting out this product category and I've got a standalone campaign and it's only running in there, but then you look at this view and you see it's eligible in 2 campaigns, well then it's actually live in 2 campaigns. And so your campaigns might not be segmented and refined in the way that you thought they were. The next reason that this view is handy, and this is my personal favorite, is you can just filter by cost. So you go to the account level, you look at the products, you filter by cost with the most expensive down, so cost top down, and you look at which products are eating most of the budget. And then you can scan over and you can have a look at, okay, well, is this a high margin product for me? Or is all of the advertising budget potentially heading to a product that is really low margin, right? You might be losing efficiencies just by the way in which your ad spend is distributed across products. So looking for red flags here, if I'm honest, you're looking at which products are being spent, the budget is flowing through what products. And then as you look from left to right, you can have a look at the conversion rate on that product. You can have a look at the cost per conversion and your return on ad spend on that product. Now, the key thing to remember here is it's not, when you see that item ID and you see 20 conversions, it does not mean that there were 20 sales of that item. So this is a common confusion around Google Ads and the reporting. What that means is this product showed in an ad and that ad generated 20 conversions. So it's not necessarily that product that sold, but it's showing you the effectiveness of that product in the ad to drive sales. And so there's 2 extra columns that can help you differentiate here. between was that product sold or did that product's item ID help sell another product. Those two columns are lead units sold and cross-sell units sold. Lead units sold typically is much lower than cross-sell units sold when you look at your reporting across accounts. And what lead units sold means is this product showed in the ad, this product was purchased, right? So if you've got 20 in the conversions column for one item and you've got 6 in the lead units sold column for that same item, what that's saying is that there were actually 6 sales of that product when that product was clicked in an ad, and 14 of those, by means of subtraction, were other products. And so the cross-sell units sold would be that other 14. It's saying that the majority, or 14 out of those 20 conversions, weren't that actual item. So that item showed in an ad. The ad was effective in driving 20 conversions at X cost per conversion at X return on ad spend. 6 of them were that actual item that sold, but 14 were other items. So it's just an interesting way to look at how effective products are in either selling themselves or selling other items. And what we find most of all is that as I said, the lead unit sold is much, much lower. So we're looking at ad effectiveness in most instances. And we're looking at which products are driving the most spend as ads, and which products are driving the highest return on ad spend, have the highest conversion rate, looking at average order value coming through these products and these ads. And what this does is it allows you to quickly exclude batches of products, categories of products, different brands, if you're reselling other brands as well, that may not be as effective in your ad campaigns to produce results for your business. And so you can quickly work out which products need to be excluded. Especially if you've got a limited budget, it can be extremely helpful just to subtract. So if you filter out all the products that are spending a lot, not converting very well, low conversion rates, then the budget's going to naturally redistribute to other products that are performing much better, which means your ad account at the end of every month is going to start producing a higher return on ad spend. Hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, just reach out at simplyconverting.com and I'll be happy to do an audit of your account.